Hi, this is Ike from Groovy Entertainment. Today we've got no book to read for you. Today, book of the Berenstain Beer Go to Sunday School from 2008. So let's get started. Sunday morning was a busy time in the big treehouse down a sunny dirt road deep in bear country. The Bear family had things to do and places to go to. Brother had soccer practice at 10:30 and sister had a ballet lesson at 11. Nudity, Mama dropped them off before taking Honey Bear along to do some grocery shopping. Papa stayed home to get his fix-up chore done early so he could watch football in the afternoon. But it hadn't always been that way for the Bear family. A few years back, before they got involved with so many activities, the Bear family had gone every Sunday morning to service at the chapel in the woods. Of course, that meant brother and sister went to Sunday school. Mama Bear missed those days. It seemed to her that the family was a lot closer back then. Going to the chapel in the woods was like a kind of glue that held the family together. Mama decided it was time for a little family conference. They all gathered in the living room one Saturday night, and she told them what was on her mind. Glue, said sister, puzzled. You mean like when you glue that lamp back together after we broke it? That's a very good example, said Papa. That lamp gave us light. We glued it back together so we wouldn't be left in the dark. Worshiping God give us light and warmth too, and our family need a little glue from time to time to keep it together. Sister and brother fought that one over. It made sense, sort of. Besides, said Mama, I believe that going to church together is more important than all our other Sunday morning activity combined. More important than soccer? Gasped brother, shocked. Our ballet? Chimed in sister. Yes, Mama nodded firmly. But don't get too excited. We'll go to the early service at 8:30. That way you have plenty of time to get your soccer and ballet. 8:30 in the morning, cried brother and sister. Even more upset, that means we'll have to get up at 7 o'clock on the weekend. Now, said Papa. He prided himself on always getting up early. Early to bed and first to get up makes a bear healthy, wealthy, and how does that go? Sleepy, said brother. At breakfast the next morning, the bear family did seem sleepy indeed. At least brother and sister did. They could hardly keep their eyes open. Papa wasn't exactly all there either. He was almost invisible behind his Sunday paper. Coffee, dear? Asked Mama, lifting the coffee pot. Groaned Papa, holding his cup out without looking up. Said Mama. Huh, what? Asked Papa, looking up. Oh, sorry, my dear, he said, folding the paper. I guess I'm not really awake until I had my morning coffee. After breakfast, Mama put on her best Sunday hat. They climbed down the front step, and Papa put Honey Bear in her stroller. The whole family headed down the road to the chapel in the woods. Other families joined them. As they walked along, there was their neighbor, Farmer and Mrs. Ben. They saw Uncle Willie, Aunt Minnie, and Cousin Fred from down the street. They even ran into two tall grizzlies being haunted along by his parents, Two Ton and Two Grizzly. The chapel in the woods was nestled in a pretty little glen down by the creek. On this fresh spring morning, the dog was in bloom. Papa began to hum a tune. Then he started to sing, "Come to church by the wild woods. Oh, come to church in the vale." Mama joined in. No spot is so dear to my childhood. They finished together at the little brown church in the vale. "What weird song is that?" asked Sister. "Oh, just something we used to sing in church together when we were children," sighed Mama. "That was a long time ago. Did you know each other way back then?" asked Brother. Know each other?" laughed Papa. "Why, I was sweet on your mother when we was only 8 years old. She was the cutest cub in the whole Sunday school. Once I brought a frog into class. I was going to let it loose during the story of the plagues of Egypt, but I decided it would be funnier to slip it down Mama's back. It was too. Brother and sister eyes widened, imagining the scene. Well, they breathed softly. "Now, dear," said Mama, "let's not give the children any bright idea." They dropped Honey Bear off at church nursery and filed quietly into the chapel. There was soft music playing on the organ, and they found a pew. Then Preacher Brown climbed into and the service began. "Welcome, friends," said the preacher. "Let us join together in worship. Let us give thanks for this day the Lord had made." They all rose to sing a hymn. "Come to church by the wild wood," sung the whole congregation. "Oh, come to church in the vale." "How about that?" whispered brother to sister. They all singing that same old song. After the hymn and a prayer and a little more organ music and some bell ringing, it was time for Sunday school. Brother and sister joined the other cubs as they trooped out of the chapel under the watchful eye of Preacher Brown. Old, uh, the Sunday school teacher was the Sunday school teacher. Brother and sister wondered just how old she was. She looks old enough to have been Mama and Papa's Sunday school teacher. "Good morning, children," she said with a big smile. "Today we are going to learn the story of Noah's Ark." She looked around at them brightly. "Do any of you young know the story of Noah's Ark?" Cousin Fred, who read the dictionary for fun, raised his hands. "Exactly, Fred," said the teacher. "Why don't you tell us the story?" So Cousin Fred told the story of Noah's Ark. Long, long ago, God saw that the people of the earth had become wicked, but Noah was just a man, and he walked with God. So God told Noah to build a great boat, an ark. God was going to bring a terrible flood upon all the earth, and God told Noah to bring two of every kind of creature, male and female, into the ark. So Noah built the ark, gathered the animals, and went into it with his family. Brother and sister, wait, Brother Bear interrupted. "Do you think they brought frogs into the ark?" he asked. The teacher laughed. "Why, I'm sure that Noah brought frogs into the ark, Brother Bear," she said. Her eyes tinkled. "But if you think you are going to bring a frog into the classroom the way your father did, young man, you have got another thing coming." Brother's mouth dropped wide open. The teacher really was old enough to have been Mama and Papa's Sunday school teacher. Cousin Fred went on with the story. Then it began to rain. It rained for 40 days and 40 nights. All the earth was covered with the flood, and all living things except those on the ark died. After many months, Noah sent forth a dove. The dove came back carrying an olive leaf. Noah knew that the flood had passed. He let all of the animals go. Then God set a rainbow in the sky and promised Noah that he would never cover all the earth with water of a flood again. The cubs all sighed. They were thinking back to the last big thunderstorm they had when the river went up over its bank and washed out the bridge. There had been a beautiful rainbow after that storm, too. All right, cubs, said the teacher. Let's see if you can draw a picture of the story of Noah's Ark. There was crayons and papers on the table, so the cubs got busily to work. Sister drew a beautiful picture of the ark resting on the mountaintop. Brother drew a gigantic scene of rain pouring down with bolts of lightning and the ark tossing on the wave. Too Tall drew a picture of all the animals sticking their head out of the ark yelling, "Pew." Now, Too Tall, said the teacher, I really don't think that very appropriate. But Sister noticed her smiling just the same when she thought none of the cubs were looking. Then Sunday school was over. Goodbye, cub, called the teacher. See you next Sunday. The cubs ran outside, shouting and jumping. After sitting still for so long, the grown-ups were coming out of the chapel. Preacher Brown was shaking hands with everybody, and folks were laughing and talking together. There, said Mama, as they headed home. That wasn't too bad, was it? No, said Sister. In fact, it was kind of interesting. Yes, agreed Brother, running on ahead. And now soccer and ballet, added Sister. And football, said Papa. Mama rolled her eyes. Sister began to hum, then sang softly. Come to the church by the wildwood. Oh, come to the church in the vale. Papa began to sing along in rhythm. Oh, come, 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 come. And everyone joined in. No spot is so dear to my childhood at the little brown church in the vale. Yay, shouted Honey Bear, wanting to join in too, and they all gave her a nice round of applause. Talk about it. How is the Bear family church different from yours? How is it the same? And what are some things your family does on Sunday? So that was the Berenstain Bears Go to Sunday School from 2008. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment, have a groovy day with another video coming out real soon.